Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I say this is Intervlog, and I am here once more. I am here because there is one important thing that is happening in Burkina Faso, and after listening to this news, you will know that Burkina Faso is a smart country. The people of Burkina Faso entirely are very smart, and you will ask me why. Well, if you do not know, since the beginning of this month, which is July, we have been hearing about finding of gold in Burkina Faso, and one of them is the biggest gold sites located in Burkina Faso, where over 150 tons of gold is under Burkina Faso. And France never had information about this gold in Burkina Faso. Based on how the gold was announced, based on how the gold was found, based on the days of the gold was found, and based on the meeting of the Member of Parliament 2 days ago, I began to suspect that Burkina Faso tricked France. Burkina Faso, before leaving France, before telling France to go, before chasing France away from their country, had already known that there is big gold hidden under Burkina Faso. How come Burkina Faso had 150 tons of gold hidden and never found it until Francis left? How come an old site that had been declared useless, all of a sudden, with the modern technology, they found more good, there an Indian company bought the place, and ready to start work there? For some of you who do not know about this information, on July 16, 2024, Indian BIC West Africa acquired gold site in Burkina Faso. On 15th of July 2024, India's BIC West Africa announced to acquire 2 gold projects in Burkina Faso. India's BIC West Africa to acquire 2 gold projects in Burkina Faso. West African gold explorer Asara Resources has struck a deal with private gold exploration company BIC West Africa, BIC, for the sale of its non-core Kouri and Babanga gold projects in Burkina Faso. Asara will divest 100% of the issued capital in its wholly owned subsidiary, Golden Rim Resources Burkina SARL, which holds the licenses for both projects. Funds from this sale will be allocated to advance the Keita Gold project in Guinea and to repay the remaining portion of a convertible note, making Asara debt-free. Asara will divest 100% of the issued capital in its wholly owned subsidiary, Golden Rim Resources Burkina SARL, GMRB, which holds the licenses for the Kouri and Babanga projects. The projects have been on care and maintenance since FY 2022, with no recent exploration activities. But when everybody was celebrating that India acquired a gold site in Burkina Faso, on the same day, July 16, 2024, Chinese company that had been in Burkina Faso for years I'm talking about is over 10 years, announced that they have made the biggest discovery in the history of gold in Africa. That based on the machine they brought, the machine has found over 150 tons of gold in 3 different gold sites in Burkina Faso. Sino-Burkinabe Yubao Li engaged in the mines and agriculture of his second homeland. In an interview with the Daily Sidwaya at the end of April 2024, in Wuhan in Hubei Province, central China, the chairman and CEO of China Yunhong International Holding Group, Yubao Li, a Sino-Burkinabe businessman, discusses his investments in Burkina Faso in agriculture and mining. He plans to create 5,000 jobs with an investment of nearly 1,000 billion CFA francs. The CEO of China Yunhong International Holding Group envisions creating more than 5,000 jobs in agriculture and mining. To achieve this goal, he said he will gradually invest in the Burkinabe economy, a total amount of $1.5 billion, approximately 909 billion CFA francs. In the same vein, Yubao Li tells us that he began investing in Burkina Faso at the end of 2018. Since then, he testified, investments are estimated at more than 10 billion CFA francs. All these investments are part of the fraternity between China and Africa, and specifically Sino-Burkinabe cooperation. From 2018 to now, there have been many changes in Burkina Faso, and I firmly believe that with the president of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the country will be prosperous, strong, and stable in the years to come, said the Sino-Burkinabe businessman. For him, Burkina Faso is full of enormous natural resources and abundant minerals. Of course, he lamented, the country is going through a security crisis, but he said he trusted the highest authorities who are working to curb the phenomenon. In addition, he revealed that the political environment and governance are conducive to investments for real development in Burkina Faso. In this regard, Mr. Lee discussed the mining sector, where he plans to use new technologies that will make it possible to exploit more minerals than in the past. 150 tons of gold to aim for the world top 10. Regarding the mining sector, the CEO of China Yunhong International Holding Group stated that he has 3 sites in Burkina Faso for which he has already obtained exploration permits. Mr. Lee also specified that the steps are underway to obtain exploitation permits for the sites. With our 3 mining sites, we aim to achieve a production level of 150 tons of gold and to be ranked among the top 10 in the world, he stated in terms of ambitions. In the quest for this objective, he reassured that all measures have been taken to preserve and protect the environment. On this subject, he insisted on the fact that the principle is to allow the population to benefit from the spin-offs of this exploitation, because his primary concern as a Burkinabe is to make his fellow citizens happy. They made the announcement, and the celebration was everywhere in Burkina Faso, but it didn't finish there. The same Chinese company owned by Lee said that there are more gold in Burkina Faso, that it hasn't finished, but these are the ones that they have found. Right now, as I am speaking with you, China Young International Holding Group is still searching for more gold in Burkina Faso. And don't be surprised that the announcement will be made again of finding more gold in Burkina Faso. After then, on July 19th, the Member of Parliament sat in Burkina Faso to discuss how they are going to use the money that is coming from gold, because this is a very big amount of money, especially the one found by the China Young International Holding Group, which is about 150 tons of gold. This one that the China Holding found will generate employment of over 5,000 workers in Burkina Faso. And the money will be pumping more than the countries that have petrol, because we are talking about gold now, and it has not finished. Don't be surprised that in the next 1 month, Burkina Faso will come up again to announce about gold. But the reason I'm here is that the Member of Parliament sat to approve a bill carrying Burkina Faso Mining Code. For some of you who do not know what it is, it's a bill stating how the money will be utilized, that so money will be saved. The other money will be used to repair route. The other money will be used for infrastructure. And the other money will be used for development, and for hospital, and for school, and so on and so forth. And this is how the bill was passed on July 2024. Burkina. MPs approve bill carrying Burkina Faso Mining Code. The deputies gathered in plenary session, chaired by the head of parliament, Dr. Ousmane Bougouma, on Thursday, July 18, 2024, examined and adopted the bill bearing the Burkina Faso Mining Code. The overall objective of this draft law is to enable Burkina Faso to have a text adapted to the evolution of the mining sector. It will also allow the state to maximize its revenues and local communities to reap substantial benefits from mining. This new code also aims to guarantee a harmonious development of the mining sector, which is a guarantee of sustainable development. The adopted law has many innovations, including the contribution of mining companies to the creation of the National Gold Reserve, the obligation for mining companies to open their social capital to Burkinabe investors, the modification of the Local Development Mining Fund into the Development Mining Fund, which will be allocated to the financing of domestic development projects and municipal development plans, and to the financing of the Patriotic Support Fund, and to the financing of a National Security Support Mining Fund to be created by decree. On top of all these innovations, MPs have made some recommendations in place of government to get more benefits. These recommendations include the creation, in the medium term, of a mining heritage company in order to optimize to the maximum all the benefits gained from mining in order to make productive investments. The engagement of thoughts for the diligent adoption of a mining code of the Confederation of the Alliance of Sahel states to harmonize national approaches for greater competitiveness. The transformation in the medium term of the Burkinabe laboratory into a sub-regional reference laboratory in order to have a state-of-the-art technical tool to meet the challenges of the mining sector. Strengthening the organization and financing of national miners to make them more professional and competitive in order to improve national expertise in the mining sector. At the end of the general debate, the 69 voters of the day passed the bill carrying Burkina Faso Mining Code. Now, the first thing I will say to Burkina Faso is congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations, congratulations. Burkina Faso is going to be a country to be reckoned in Africa. We are talking about a country going to be like Dubai, a country that is going to be like Qatar in the future. And the future we are talking about is not 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, in a very nearest future. And you would ask me, what is in this news? In this news and information is that Burkina Faso must have known about this gold. Do you believe that Burkina Faso never had idea that this gold was there when France was in Burkina Faso? Do you believe that the China Young International Holding Group, which had been looking for the gold for over 80 years in Burkina Faso, never found the gold until this month? And they did not find only one, the gold site. They found 3. Don't you believe that the reason they hid it from France is that if French found that Burkina Faso had the gold, they would have not left? Burkina Faso was the first country that France left because they thought Burkina Faso had nothing. France focused on Niger because of the percentage they were collecting from the mining. And since France left, how many international companies have visited Burkina Faso for development? These are the you will ask yourself. Iran had come to say that they will be the one to develop Burkina Faso. Many companies were coming to develop Burkina Faso. That showed that there is money somewhere coming that Burkina Faso had already seen before they could go and negotiate to work with Iran. If Burkina Faso never knew that they had money, they would have not contacted Irani to come and develop Burkina Faso. Because how would you develop Burkina Faso? With which money? It is now, we found out that it is from the gold. Iran himself or the Iranians must have also known about this gold, because that is what Burkina Faso would use to negotiate for the development. And what is the plan of Burkina Faso? To develop Burkina Faso like Dubai, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Iran. If you do not know with the number of gold in Burkina Faso, it is possible that Burkina Faso's aim is to look like Dubai. That is why they are contacting Iranian builders. Big money is being found in Burkina Faso, which France did not have idea of. Thank you very much for watching. This is Intervlog.